rainy practice right before a big game.
I hope it rains like this on Sunday.
What's the feel of the group going into this Sporting Kansas City game?
We're good. I mean, our training week was a little different because we have to wait till Sunday. So we gave them an off day yesterday. And so they got some physical recovery. They got some mental recovery, so they look sharp today.
Knew who was questioned with the injury report. How's he doing? We didn't see him today.
I'm going to rule him out for the game. We just, look, we're not taking any chances with Nuhu. We're not taking any chances with Christian. We're going to be safe. We're going to let him fully recover physically. And then I'll talk to you guys on Monday. But he's just going to take time, eat healthy, get plenty of rest, just get him back 100%, because what I don't want to have happen is bringing him back and then the exertion or anything kick starts something else. So I'm going to rule him out.
Ryan, with a team like this, how important is it to kind of start out on the front foot and stay on the front foot?
It's important with all the games, Maz, but I get your point. I mean, look, Kansas City, is a dangerous opponent. The longer you keep them around, the more dangerous they're going to be. They have good attacking players. Tamilia's back. How they get their defending sorted out. I mean, we got to make sure that we understand we're at home. We want to try and score early, try and control tempo, but it'll be a challenge.
And because they look so different from how they were a number of weeks ago when you went down there, how much can you take from that 4-1 win?
Well, Jackson, it's a good question. I would answer it as they're a systems-based team. He's 4-3-3. Peter's played like that for as long as I've known him. So the players change things a little bit, but the system is the same. So we know how they like to play. So, yeah.
On Nuhu, is your expectation that he'll be ready to go next week, or
yes.
is that still?
No, it's my hope and expectation that he starts in full with us next week. But let's just see.
Yeah.
So it's not like a setback or anything concerning. It's just like
we're just being ultra careful.
Is there anything new on Christian Roldan? Is there any updates?
No. We're just taking that one slow. He's doing all sorts of testing. We're giving him some time off. We want to make sure those symptoms go all the way down to zero before we put him back out on the field.
So specialists didn't find anything?
Nothing that was alarming, just lingering concussion symptoms. And until he feels better, I'm not going to put him on the field.
We talked to you after the Open Cup win about Cody Baker and Reed Whiting, but to kind of go back to those guys, what do you like about their games specifically and their skill sets?
Well, they're both talented young kids. Cody is a little bit different. Reed is one of those kids that can play up a line. I think Cody's been a out-and-out lockdown defender for most of his career at Defiance. So it's works in progress, but they certainly, both of them played well against the Loyal. And, there's some, a lot of games that those guys might participate in the next 3 weeks. So let's see.
Is Cody going to be eligible for this game?
Yep.
And presumably for the Open Cup game as well.
How Jordan looked like he took a...
You saw that?
Yeah.
It glanced off his head, luckily, talking about concussions.
Yeah.
In the drill, errant ball grazed off the back of his head. He's fine.
And he's got to be pretty confident knowing the last time they played this team. He scored a few goals.
Look, they're going to be ready for Jordan Moore. They're going to try and prevent that from happening twice, Moz. So, yes, Jordan likes playing up front. There's no denying that. He likes playing out on the left. He's good at playing at the right. I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Leo said yesterday, we talked to him, that you've kind of given them the ability to kind of interchange now, for him not just to stay on the touchline and come inside.
Well, I'd like Leo to be more outside than inside, but yes, you're correct. Within our tactical shape, I don't mind players interchanging positions at times, just as long as they understand the roles and responsibilities defensively if they take someone else's spot. They got to make sure that they understand all of that. So, look, a lot of times what happens in our game is, there's a corner kick and the play breaks down, or you have a chance and guys are on the wrong opposite sides of the field. Well, they just recover, They play in different positions. Then as the game progresses, they'll switch back. So I don't mind any of that.
When playing really young players, is there a lot of emphasis on the matchup that they might be faced with? If they're matched up with a more experienced player, more physical, does that go into mind?
Well, we always do a good job of, look, they'll play Shaloi, Johnny Russell, two of the better wingers in our league. So who's ever out there in those positions better have a good game.
What did you think of Jordan, who apologized for doing the number count last time? A little showboating. Did you have an opinion, I guess, about him apologizing?
No, I mean, look, Jordan's a super nice kid. Whether you apologize, didn't apologize, did someone get him to that boiling point? I don't know. I mean, I think that's a non-issue.
One of the things you guys seem to have done better this year, or more effectively this year, is pressing, or creating turnovers, high turnovers. Has that been a big emphasis, or is that something that's just sort of naturally evolved?
We've always been like that. I've always loved to press on goal kicks, press high up. Our mantra is always press as high up the field as you can, and it's not tactical genius, it's common sense. If you win the ball closer to your opponent's goal, you have a better chance of actually scoring. If you win it way back here, you still got to go 80 yards to score. So that's just common sense.
To piggyback off that, when you start that line of confrontation, it seems like this year's has it been more effective, or it just looks, is there more sound this year? I don't know.
I have to look into that. I'd have to look at how many transition goals we've scored from winning balls higher up the field, but it's an effective way to play for sure. I think teams all around the world, our league, they all like to press high.
Why do you not like the word fortress?
Why do I not like it?
Even though you built one.
I don't know.
It's just so...
Is some of the coaching jargon that gets bantered about, I'd like to have an original word, and I can't think of one.
But this match, can kind of help you set tie or set the record as far as if you keep your shutouts. How do you feel about that, considering the injuries and the changes that you
Well, there's going to be some changes, yes. Yes, that's a great question, Jada. How we do that, how we react to some of the changes will be a big part of the storyline of the game. If we can still do a good job defensively, if we can, still create our 3-2 structure, all of those things, yes, then we have a better chance of winning the game, yes.
It could be a brick house. You want to be a brick house?
That's a song. Is that a song?
He's of that era. I think
He knows. He knows.
That's what I said. I'm sorry, bro.
Obed Burgess, it sounds like he's going to get released for the U20.
We are going to release him if he gets called in. I'm pretty sure he's going to get called in.
And I mean, where does philosophically, I'm sure you saw that Ezra made a point of saying he wasn't going to release.
And then Curtin is going to release. Look, Ezra's in a different spot than I am. Ezra's in a different spot than Jim is. Every team is going to do it differently. Gutierrez is a good player. Ezra needs him to play. So, there's certain issues that you got to deal with, and we are blessed with having a deep and talented squad. So, we're gonna let Obed go.
Did it take some convincing on your end to let him go, or did you feel like that was sort of like...
No, it was automatic. I just watching Henry walk off the field. So Henry Browner does a great job of managing all of the young guys, and he's close with Varas, and Varas and I have had multiple conversations about Obed. So it was decided a while ago that he was going to go.